Hi, and thank you so much for joining us for today's live. As Haryana and Maharashtra vote for the assembly elections of 2019, we are discussing whether the opposition parties have been able to come together and put up a strong fight against what is a towering BJP government in both states. Now, in both states, what we're looking at two very, very strong chief ministers who've been able to hold the elections together and who have been the face of the BJP's poll campaign. We're also looking at a various host of other issues when it comes to the BJP and how it's very aggressively campaigned, whether it's Prime Minister Narendra Modi or Amit Shah. Both of them have held various rallies in both the states. Do join us for this live as we discuss how the two states will be voting, what are the patterns. As of 3:30, Haryana, there's been a 50% voter turnout. Neelam is going to elaborate a lot more on Maharashtra. Do you want to tell
Yes.
what the equations will be like?
Yes, so I mean, as you just pointed out, has the opposition been able to put up a strong fight? Well, as far as Maharashtra is concerned, a region where I also traveled, especially the Vidarbha region, the opposition was not at all visible as far as rallies are concerned, as far as putting up posters or carrying out padyatras. If you take the example of Congress, for instance, while the Bharatiya Janata Party had carried out rallies of its leaders, including Gadkari, the Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. He himself carried out several rallies in his own constituency. As far as the Congress was concerned, senior Congress leader Manish Tiwari, he was the only senior leader who was there towards the end of the campaign. The party has not sent its tall leaders to be there, support the local leaders, and at the same time raise issues which are much more important. The Bharatiya Janata Party, on the other hand, including the Chief Minister Fadnavis in his rally, talked about Article 370, nationalism. Apart from issues of development, he talked about the fact that in 5 years they have done what all they could, because there was only a certain level that they could achieve in these 5 years. However, they said if they get another mandate for 5 years, they will transform Maharashtra. He took the example of metro, which is already there in Nagpur, and at the same time they are trying to expand it in Mumbai as well. However, the opposition, on the other hand, rather than raising issues of employment, job opportunities, and overall development, they were caught in the smaller issues of whether Savarkar should get Bharat Ratna or not, something which was promised by the Bharatiya Janata Party in their manifesto, and most of their press conferences targeted the BJP on these issues rather than using this opportunity and these assembly elections to raise the issue that people will be more concerned about. You will be able to talk a bit more on Congress, what have they done, especially in Haryana?
So, see, the thing is that, as you talked about, there's been a conspicuous lack of senior leaders going and campaigning from the Congress front. Now, in Haryana, Sonia Gandhi's sole rally was cancelled in Mahendragarh at the very last moment. And then Rahul Gandhi decided to step in. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has been almost missing from the scene. A number of the people who were on the list of star campaigners also did not actually go ahead and campaign for the Congress party in the states. At the same time, the BJP has launched an all-out offensive. They have been campaigning aggressively hard and they're driving the agenda, especially in Haryana where I was traveling. In the multiple seats, now it seems like the regional leaders in Haryana, especially from the Congress party, whether it's Bhupinder Hooda or it's Kiran Chaudhary or Kuldeep Bishnoi, it seems that they will be holding on to their seats, Neelam, but when it comes to talking about other parts of the state, we're seeing that the Congress hasn't really been able to galvanize a similar kind of strength. But they have been trying in Haryana, unlike in Maharashtra, where it seems that the party seems to have lost a little bit of hope. In Haryana, they have been trying. When you travel these areas, you see Congress posters, you see their hoardings, you see that there are multiple vehicles that are taking forward the party's message. But at the same time, can it actually make an impact, make a dent on the reputation of a chief minister like Khattar is something we'll have to wait and watch when the results come out on the 24th. I believe we're getting questions now. Nirmal Joshi has asked, if both the CMs are strong and the opposition didn't put up a strong fight, then why PM and BJP going so aggressive? I mean, if it's a done deal, then why invest so much? Nirmal, it's very simple. The BJP leaders, especially PM Modi, is backing both the chief ministers. In his rallies in Haryana, he hailed Manohar Lal Khattar's government. And I believe, Neelam, that in Maharashtra, he said that center mein Narendra or Maharashtra mein Devendra. In Haryana, the people of Haryana say that they've already voted for Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the Lok Sabha elections. So this time they're voting for Manohar Lal Khattar, who they say has given them jobs. The alleged corruption that we talked about in Haryana when it came to employment opportunities for people outside of the Jat community, something that has been a recurring discourse by the BJP government, is something that comes out most strongly when you travel through the region, when people talk in a positive manner about Manohar Lal Khattar. What about Fadnavis?
So one of the major issues that we have to understand is that while there is a different voting pattern as far as parliamentary elections are concerned and assembly elections are concerned. However, the Bharatiya Janata Party understands that. And while the opposition has not been putting up a strong fight, they know that they want to retain both these states. Both these states are very crucial for them. As far as Maharashtra is concerned, this is the first time that a CM has completed 5 years and now is heading for another 5 years. So, for as far as BJP is concerned, it is quite clear that till they have not won that state, they will not give up. And which is why the fact that the PM, Amit Shah, who's the BJP president as well as Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh, they have all been holding rallies, road shows, because they don't want to leave anything at the last minute, and they don't want to have a situation where they might miss out just by a fraction. And at the same time, they are not taking the opposition also lightly. They also understand that assembly elections and parliamentary elections, they both have a very different voting pattern. So that is one reason why BJP is going all out as far as campaigning is concerned. And at the same time, the economic slowdown has been a major issue that the Bharatiya Janata Party had to deal with, and which is why they understand that if the opposition starts raising that particular question, which they have, however, not the way they should have had more press conferences, they should have gone out on the street and protesting against it, which they have not done. Rather, they have confined themselves on the social media. If you take the example of former Congress President Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka Vadra, who's the General Secretary in charge of Uttar Pradesh East, they have not been connecting with the people as far as even the issue of economic slowdown is concerned. The only last minute effort that they made was to have a press conference by former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, and that press conference did raise very valid points. However, it took place just day before elections are to take place. So is that enough from the opposition? Is that enough for the people to change their mind is what is important? Whereas the Bharatiya Janata Party, for the past 15-20 days, we have been seeing continuous rally day after another. While you said that Sonia Gandhi cancelled her rally, Prime Minister Narendra Modi went ahead and he did 2 more rallies in Haryana, because they know that the stakes are quite high. And one more reason I feel that voters will be mindful of the fact is that at the center you have Bharatiya Janata Party, and if they are able to have the same government at the state level also, there will be better coordination. There will be better coordination. So there are a lot of schemes which will get implemented smoothly, because the center will be more adaptable to have ideas of their own government being implemented at the state and the center level. So, yeah.
Beyond that, if we talk about the opposition, we also in Haryana have to think about INLD and the Janata Jan Nayak Party, the JJP, which is being led by Dushyant Chautala, which is a breakaway faction. Now, the problem with the opposition in Haryana is, which is one of the reasons why BJP may be able to capitalize on it, is that they have scattered the vote. Although INLD seems to have scripted its own death, especially ever since the JJP broke away, the JJP has also been running a very high-profile campaign, especially in the area of Uchana Kalan, which is where Dushyant Chautala hails from, which is his own assembly segment. So in Jeend, we are seeing a massive push by the JJP. So can they actually galvanize the kind of support remains to be seen, because the narrative was at the end of the day being set by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Even though a lot of voters who are this time, like you said, they're distinguishing between assembly and national elections. They're saying that, okay, for Lok Sabha, for centre, we want Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But when we talk about the state, they have a very different equation in mind. In Haryana, especially considering that the caste factor is very predominant, they're thinking about their local leaders. They're evaluating their regional satraps. They're seeing how well they have performed, and they're deciding on the basis of that. For example, in Kiloi, a couple of voters who had voted for Narendra Modi at the centre still said that they would vote for Huda, Bhupinder Singh Huda, who is contesting from there when it came to the assembly elections.
Getting one of the question, is there any other political party making a significant impact in any of the two state or emerging as an opposition. Well, one,
I think
this
you
is
partly answered your
yeah,
question.
and one of the things that I would like to mention here is that if we take the example of the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi, elections are all set to take place next year. However, Aam Aadmi Party, as far as Delhi is concerned, it is quite clear that they want to be the only alternative as far as Delhi is concerned, and which is why right from providing subsidy or introducing SOPs, Arvind Kejriwal has already started holding meetings with the workers, and at the same time the party is quite clear that as far as Delhi is concerned, Arvind Kejriwal is the only face. So this is something that probably both the parties, as far as NCP or Congress, they are concerned, that they can learn from the Aam Aadmi Party, that they are quite efficient, and at the same time they are not leaving anything at the last minute. They have started preparation for Delhi Assembly elections, which will take place next year right now itself. Whereas as far as NCP or Congress, they are concerned, they left all these important issues at the very last minute. As far as NCP is concerned, Sharad Pawar, though he did put up a great fight as far as campaigning is concerned, he was seen carrying out rallies even while it was raining. So he has definitely emerged as a very strong face, as a strong person who is not willing to give up. But will that particular incident, or will his supporting NCP, will that in itself be enough for the entire opposition, is something that is crucial. So that is a major thing, that will people be swayed by that? Will people be ready to give a chance to the NCP and Congress based on these rallies, is something that we'll have to wait and watch.
There's another question by Sambhav Rana. Will B.S. Huda's late entry benefit the Congress? Whether it will benefit or the Congress is a secondary question, but the first primary thing is that B.S. Huda's late entry makes this election about him. It is going to be about how he performed, how he could manage to get the party together. At the very last moment, as the party went to polls in Haryana, we saw a switch where Ashok Thakur was ousted as the president of the Haryana Congress unit, and B.S. Huda took charge as the CLP leader instead of Kiran Chaudhary. Now, this will be a defining moment for both of these leaders, because it will be seen as what their impact on the state was. Because as we know, there had been a lot of talk and a lot of reports about how there had been misunderstandings or disagreements between Huda and Ashok Thakur, who has now officially decided to support the JJP in Haryana. So, especially in the area of Kiloi, in Rohtak, we are seeing a curious trend actually after the Lok Sabha elections, where the Jats decide to vote for PM Modi. I feel my travels show that at least a number of these voters are returning to the Congress. They are yet again deciding to pose their faith in Deepinder Huda, who they see as their leader. So it will definitely be a test for him, whether Congress can make a dent and at least cross the number of seats it had previously won in the Haryana Assembly elections.
We're getting one more question. How is Yogendra Yadav doing in Haryana? Well, as far as Yogendra Yadav is concerned, his party is not likely to make any specific dent as far as even the Congress or NCP is concerned, or the Bharatiya Janata Party. While he's very much visible on the social media and his views are quite important and significant, but when it comes to grassroots politics, so far he has not made any great impact. And one more thing that we need to highlight is the fact that, you know, even during the campaigning, the crucial period of campaigning, Congress leaders were also not in Delhi, including Congress President Rahul Gandhi. I believe he had taken vacations. So as far as even optics is concerned, it sends a wrong message to the voter that if the elections are not important for the political party itself, why should they invest in a party which doesn't even believe in itself? So, I mean, that is something that probably you can tell us more about the Congress, that I felt that the campaigning and as far as the entire election model was concerned, it seems like everyone was left to fend for themselves. If there are candidates, they are putting in the money themselves. As far as Maharashtra is concerned, the area which I visited, I spoke to a number of Congress candidates, and they said that at the last minute they had to cancel the rally, 3-4 rallies of Chhattisgarh CM Mr. Bhupesh Baghel, because the candidates were not able to collect the required funds and they are not getting any from the party. So if you do not get support from the party, how do you fight election? It becomes difficult. At the same time, in contrast, the Bharatiya Janata Party has been there with the candidates, supporting them, organizing the rallies, the road shows, and they've said what all you need, we are there to provide you support. So that kind of support, I feel, in politics is very important. How do you reach out to people?
You're right, Neelam. As a matter of fact, the point that you make about Rahul Gandhi, which is also the point that BJP has been making about Rahul Gandhi time and again, has actually found resonance with the voter on the ground. This is one of the most major stumbling blocks that the Congress party is facing in Haryana. Aside from everything else, when you think of an alternative, when you ask the voter that, if not the ones who are unhappy with the BJP especially, if you ask them who else could you vote for, they say, who else do we vote for? Rahul Gandhi. He's not considered a serious choice. Congress party in itself has not been able to make itself a proper alternative. It should have actually rallied its troops, especially in Haryana.
And especially after the Lok Sabha election results.
Exactly. I mean, we are coming to 2 assembly elections right after Lok Sabha assembly results, and we're thinking about, at this point, for the Congress, it's a fight for survival.
Correct.
The party has been in shambles ever since it started. It's riven with factionalism, whether you talk about Haryana, whether you talk about Maharashtra. There have been defections. The former Finance Minister Sampath Singh also quit and joined the BJP. So at a time when the party should have invested a lot, it seems that especially the central leadership has been found lacking. But in Haryana, on the ground, the party workers were working. They have tried to push their agenda. How much of a dent it will make is that they are definitely trying to put up a strong fight. Even the JJP, for that matter, is definitely trying to put up a strong fight. But can they eclipse the juggernaut that is Manohar Lal Khattar? Ayush Patodia wants to know, has the BJP in Maharashtra been successful in coalescing the smaller players which split their votes within its fold? Very interesting. Ayush, this is something Neelam can tell you about.
So as far as Maharashtra is concerned, the Bharatiya Janata Party, it has an alliance with Shiv Sena, and as far as even Shiv Sena is concerned, Bharatiya Janata Party managed to contest on more number of seats rather than Shiv Sena, something for which negotiations went on for months. And while initially in February, the Bharatiya Janata Party had said that we will contest on equal number of seats, later on, after the spectacular victory in the Lok Sabha elections and taking bold decisions on Article 370, the Bharatiya Janata Party as well as the state unit in Maharashtra felt that they can even win the Maharashtra election on their own. And however, they wanted to have this alliance with Shiv Sena, and we will fight on more number of seats. However, the alliance will remain. So as far as even the smaller parties are concerned, the Bharatiya Janata Party is more in favor of having these be with them, though they might not give them, rather than breaking them all up and contesting against them. It prefers to take everyone along, and that is something that is visible even in Bihar with JDU, or even in Uttar Pradesh. Smaller parties have always been with the Bharatiya Janata Party. So as far as Maharashtra is concerned, this is something that may work for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Another thing that I would like to add is the fact that while the central leadership, including senior Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, who was absent for a few days as far as campaigning was concerned, if we take example of Maharashtra, Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, who could not devote the same time that he did in 2014 to his constituency. He was aware that he will have to visit other places and carry out rallies in those areas. He ensured that he had a team in place in Nagpur, and they carried out a campaign called it Main Bhi Devendra, saying that while the chief minister can't be here, the team is there, they will listen to the concerns, whatever are the concerns of the people, and they will ensure that they are resolved. So that is the kind of thinking that has gone behind this election, that they are not taking it lightly. They understand that if the CM can't be there in Nagpur, they have to ensure that there is someone to listen to the problems of the people, unlike, as I said, Rahul Gandhi, who is not even there visible in the campaigning.
In Haryana, though, I mean, when it comes to the BJP, there is a certain amount of unrest because a lot of people feel that their candidates were denied seats.
Correct.
So the senior leadership is a little upset with the way that the seat ticket distribution especially took place. For example, in Charki Dadri itself, the ticket that went to wrestler Babita Phogat is one of the severely contested ones, which might actually harm the BJP's chances in Charki Dadri.
There are a number of sitting MLAs who have been denied tickets.
Exactly. So in Haryana, the situation is a little different from Maharashtra, especially when it comes to the BJP. But as a matter, you are correct in saying that the Congress seems to have, especially its senior leadership, seems to not have invested as much in the campaign. Avdesh wants to know, how's Dushyant Chautala doing? Will he cross 30 or 40 seats? I think that's a little ambitious for a first election. He's a very, very nascent political organization. He's just broken away from the INLD. But Dushyant definitely has made a massive push. He's doing rally after rally. His candidates are working overtime to try and secure a number of seats in the state. We're also looking at some crossovers, like for example, like I was mentioning, in Charki Dadri, the JJP legislator, the candidate at least, is one who is a former Congress legislator. So a JJP actually make a dent will come from how much of INLD's vote share will effectively shift to Dushyant. How many of them see their loyalty lying with Dushyant Chautala and not Abhay Chautala? I think that's where his test comes in.
And we'll know all this on 24th when the results are out.
Yes, definitely.
So thanks for being with us. This is Neelam Pandey with my colleague Deeksha Bhardwaj for The Print. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel.